Hello everybody and welcome to this short introduction of our recently published REST client for JOpt. Now, as a short reminder of what we did in the last video, there we used the non-REST JOpt sandbox in order to generate a problem description in JSON, then manually copy-pasted this JSON description into the Swagger UI of the TourOptimizer module and looked at the results in Swagger. So this is more of a debugging feature, let's say. And in comparison, what we're going to do today is we're using the REST client in order to generate the problem description in JSON. And from then on, the communication between the REST client and the REST endpoint, which again is the TourOptimizer module, will be automated. So the results will be sent back to the REST clients and we can look at them there. So the TourOptimizer module is responsible for the compute side of things of an optimization, and this time we have nothing to do with it in a manual sense. So if we look at the repositories of dnaevolutions, you see that we offer a C# REST client and a Java REST client. And I'm now going to show you this TourOptimizer spec JSON. So basically the client is being generated from this JSON file, which allows us to offer the client in several languages. So more languages, we might be able to offer more languages in the future. As of now, the way you can use this REST client is twofold. So you can either clone this repository and use the code in your favorite IDE, or what I'm going to show you today, we deploy this client in a Docker container. This saves you from installing Java or any kind of IDE, since the Docker container contains a VSCode codeserver. So the only thing you actually need is a running Docker installation. And here we refer to the official Docker manual, because the installation might actually need some hardware specific settings. So please refer to that homepage for questions about the Docker installation. Now, as soon as your Docker installation is running, please open your favorite command prompt and change into a folder that has some space. Now we're installing the TourOptimizer module. By the way, everything I copy-paste here, you will find in the video description, so don't worry. The TourOptimizer module then is accessible on localhost 8081. And now we are installing the REST client. The REST client is available on localhost 8043. Okay. So now the first time that you use this, you're greeted with a password prompt. The password is JOPTREST, jopt-rest, everything in lowercase. And now it's important to trust the authors and use Maven. So now the first thing we need to do is set you up with a license. The license should be a secrets JSON here in the secrets package that you see is empty except for the jtignore file. So we go into the main Java example secrets creator helper and run it. So if you do already have a license, then please paste it as a string. Here, this will set you up to use optimizations and the REST client at your leisure. If you don't have a license, don't worry. We set you up with a public license that allows you to use optimizations of up to a total of 15 elements. So nodes and resources, a total of 15 elements. And the first time you run this, it actually takes a while. So I'm going to pause this video for a few seconds. Okay. Now afterwards, we refresh. Trust the authors again, use Maven. And now we see that in the secrets package, we have this secrets JSON with our license. By the way, all changes here are persistent. So as long as you do not manually delete the Docker container, this is saved and you can play around with the code. So now we go into source, Java, example, TourOptimizer, Docker hosted. So this is a very simple example that we set up So it is tailored for be running on a local hosted Docker REST client and a local hosted TourOptimizer module. So what we're doing here is we are defining 6 positions for 6 nodes and 2 positions for 2 resources. So nodes being the work that needs to be done and resources being the people giving service to the nodes. These positions are then later mapped to the respective resource or node. So here we are attaching the default attributes to the resources. For example, the resources have working hours from 8 in the morning to 8 in the evening. And the nodes also have opening hours from 8 in the morning to 8 in the evening. So you can change this at your leisure, of course. Then we run this. So this time it should be a bit faster. Voila. Okay, now let's look at the results. So we see here we have 2 routes, 1 for each resource and 8 total elements. So that's 6 nodes, 2 resources. The second resource located in Wittenberg went from Wittenberg to Berlin, Brandenburg, Hanover, and back to Wittenberg after a full day of work, whereas the first resource went from Düren to Cologne, Essen, Aachen, and back home to Düren. Okay, so we hope you liked this very short sneak peek of a very simple example. If you have any feedback or any questions, please reach out to us on GitHub, check our homepage, or drop us a line on info@dnaevolutions.com. Thank you very much for tuning in and have a nice day.